Hello, this is Matt Pullen, and this is going to be a brief video to show my progress to date on my Corona SDK RPG engine. In the interest of keeping this video short, I am not going to show off my workspace, any of my assets there, or the map editor that I just revised this weekend, or any of my code. So we're just going to take a look at this app that I have and what it can do so far. So we got the familiar splash, and afterwards, well, is the character. You can tap, your character will take a single step. The room scrolls to try to keep the character in the center of the screen. If the character approaches the edge, of course, the character will move towards the edge, and once you go off the screen, it scrolls into another screen. So you move by tapping on the edges of the screen, and if you tap twice, say I tap the left, and then while I am moving I tap down, the character turns. It queues up one direction. Now it's hard for me to tap on the simulator, because if I tap and then move my mouse, it may not consider it a tap, because I wasn't in place. But it's a lot easier to do on the device, trust me. You can also move by swiping. And if you swipe while you are in transit between tiles, then you'll start a run. And you can stop running by tapping the center of the screen, or alternatively swiping in the opposite direction. So two different ways to move. You can also do a Final Fantasy Mystic Quest style jump in the direction that you are facing. How you do this is you lift up on the phone. It looks for a change in the Z-axis. But I wrote it so that if it's in the simulator, instead of looking for the change in the Z-axis, which obviously isn't going to come, it does it when you shake the phone. So, yeah. Some walls you can jump over, some you cannot. These are walls, by the way. There are two different layers of terrain. The terrain, which is basically the ground that you walk on, and walls, which sit on top of the terrain. I drew all of the terrain in this game with Sprite something, which is a sprite editor that I downloaded for my iPad. So I basically use my iPad as my tablet to do some pixel art, and then email it to myself and drop it in my workspace. So yeah, I used in the previous versions I had just rips from from video games in here, but no, now this is all my original artwork, and I'm kind of I'm not really a an artist, but I'm kind of developing my own pixel art style by working on this game. The only thing not done in Sprite something is the character. I did this character on Pixlr, which is sort of like an online version of Photoshop that's made in Flash. Yeah. So I'm probably going to redraw the the characters, so that I have all my sprites in the same place. So again, the maps are stored in a SQLite database, which I maintain with a web-based tool that I created myself. So I'm just gonna walk around while I talk about other aspects. See what else have I done on this project. Well, I guess we can go into the to the map. Like if I double tap, or on the Android if I hit the menu hard button, goes into this menu screen, which is in progress. You don't tap on the options to go deeper into the menu. Instead, you swipe. Like if I put my finger down and drag, it creates like a virtual cursor, based on where I put my finger down, and you use the virtual cursor to select your options. The theory behind this is that once the player becomes acquainted with the menus and where everything is, you can, from a standstill, do a familiar series of swipes to get into the menu you want, and you don't have to worry about touching a specific area of the screen. So like if there were 11 or 12 pieces of equipment in a circle, it would be kind of frustrating to expect the player to touch a discrete item. But use your virtual cursor and you just sort of move around until the item you want is highlighted. It'll keep you in this circle. So you can use the back button as well on your droid to move back to previous, or you can just double tap anywhere. This is a status screen where you see your character's stats and stuff. Not quite. This is probably going to be the next thing that I finish, the status screen. So yeah. So that's what that is. I haven't started any kind of battle engine yet because I still have some critical decisions to make. Like, is this going to be a turn-based battle engine or some kind of an active time system? I did start the dialogue system. So if you swipe into something, where you can't walk, then it'll start a conversation with it. There's nothing really interesting that you can say at this point. It just picks one of 4 random phrases. But eventually you'll be able to converse with other characters and operate items and talk to people this way. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to show at this point on this project. The next step is going to be finishing the menu system and being able to manage your inventory and finalizing the data structures for your party members and spells and equipment and stuff, and then maybe adding some some other characters to interact with, monsters that you go within one tile of them and starts an encounter, and figure out from there where what the battle engine is going to be like. Anyway, thank you for checking out this video. You can find me on the Corona IRC channel. My handle is Greencastle there. And have a good one.